Huge recovery attempt there for Modesty. We gotta give him credit. Almost had it over the line.
Definitely, and I think that actually Maljoy took a nice liberty and a risk of actually being a second rotation back to decon, right? That caught us even off guard, but it obviously was the correct play. It covered the post plan that would have been most optimal for them to go for. And he just said, screw it, I'm gonna take things in my own hands. Even though we're up numbers, he recognized that they were still in danger. Crazy that Falcons could even make that close, but that's the kind of CS they're playing right now. Furia won a pistol last map, but they didn't convert. We're trying to change that now. Or actually, they denied the conversion. And then they lost Nico themselves.
Careful when that AK's out there. An AK that has actually just gotten the front side of red, while everybody else crosses over the secret.
Kyosuke is the new Nico outside. He will be first to cross most of the time. He will be going for lurks. He's actually been doing a bang-up job.
Yes, he has now. It's not gifted anything to shoot at early, and I like that he just joins up with his teammates, right? He goes from leading with the pistols to now knowing that he needs this one bullet headshot opening, and then everything else can just flood into this B site. Maybe get a bomb plant, maybe wildly run away with a round win, but for now they will separate slightly, sending Nico on his own over towards the double side. Second player straight above Fury, so the players of defense and it's a 3 versus 3, despite Furia's best efforts to put 2 defenders in the right spot. Because now the AK's gonna come alive.
So much firepower. Now Yukindra has come down the fence.
Yukindra stays out.
They're getting destroyed.
This AK started in the hands of Kyosuke, and now it is Kingsand who ultimately gets 2 kills with it.
Yeah.
From the top of the charts, back on Inferno, and right back at it with a force fly round wing. Falcons are not giving Furia a chance to pass those grass.
Even beyond what we saw versus their work vitality, it's actually incredible. They steal this got 2 more T deaths, but I don't think they care right now. Yuri wanted to stay on the floor in front of the door and play in front of it for a spray down. He could have tried the AK with a deagle shot instead. He had the opportunity to jump up clock if he wanted to, but his teammate, I think, was falling, rotating and above. He didn't want to overfill that position. But it doesn't pay off.
It's a quick stiff arm to Furia's face, shoved them right back into that pit of despair that they had to live in all Inferno long. Trying to shed the weight of a map 1 blowout.
Unbelievable what they can do with just one gun. I have a feeling we're going to have to tally up the Eagle kills after this series is done.
A lot of players here in anticipation with, again, enough. Good on them, that is the pistol to get the first one. Then they start to push forward. Stuck to keep fighting this corner. Stuck a battle on 4 margins. Control therefore. Odyssey, however, loses all of his team in the process. And will have 2 100 health opponents, and that would have been a golden chance to strike down the A site, running that bomb. Instead now he's got to somehow lose them in the shadows of time.
Can we just let Furia win a round just so this might be competitive? How can we be scared of Modesty on 32 HP? That's how dangerous Falcons have been. There's a part of him believes the mistake is going to happen, and he's going to make this a 1v1 with a bomb plant, and Furia are 100% worried about it as well.
What are the odds that Modesty steps into main
And clears this,
and blows Yuri's head off? Right there at the back of the site, huge health advantage. And as you'd expect, in anticipation, gets this one back. So that is really what Furia needed. You know, much like that on Inferno, when they win with a force five, you think to yourself, okay, you're in now. You're giving yourself a chance to bloom into this grand finals.
and I think that was like 1 MP9 bullet and 1 5.7 shot at the same time to get that kill.
I mean, they were all on that same angle, right? Even the Falcons players coming in, everybody was fighting for that one angle
Pop and set the trap. Falcons have been spamming secret crosses in all of their games on Nuke. With this amount of utility, you can see they're not going to have a lot of options.
Fire to try to maybe trick them into thinking that they're not ready to do.
You're pulling Molodoi, right? It's putting pressure on Fallen, whether he knows it or not.
It's going to keep aggression behind the spot, but there's a whole lot of a challenge coming his way. Aces the headshot for Fallen, beautiful stuff. Into the fallback with a flashbang. Molodoi does come back, but they don't immediately go charging inwards. They stall for a second in anticipation of his peak, but he doesn't want to give them that kill. He doesn't want to be a victim in this 5 versus 4. And so this pack of players keeps moving. You got Falcons getting ever closer to this B site, and Yakindar's not going to get away from this fight. If they flood in, he is here, and he will fight to the end. Stops the bomb. Now the commitment has to be made. Great trade. Falcons SS, not once, but twice.
Yeah, but potentially scored a bomb plant. We'll see.
Goes through Jake, tries to cover up the face. Doors closing. And make sure that they can get some consistency going early days on this CT side.
It's lovely to see. I mean, we expect this, but also after last map, I don't know what to expect. I mean, Furia tentatively on their feet. Much happier about this start. Nothing bad to say about this round, even though they did go for Case Toronto, but there's nothing coming into this really for Falcons at all. And what's really important again is because now they have Kioske going for that secret timing almost every single round, except when they'll have guns. But they still have Nico on the team, who normally would just do yard by himself. But now they kind of got two alerts going on. Is Nico just hanging back, top silo, back a mini, waiting until the late round to get involved. But there's just so much power now because Kioske is not playing like he's a rookie outside. He's playing like as well as Nico has been. Obviously, he's such a self-starter. Nico's already said when he joined the team, he was instantly good. He didn't really have to be top much. That's what you get out of Spirit Academy, I guess.
Feels like Nico would have been prepared to kind of put out that wing, nurture him in the top level of Counter-Strike, the way that he did Monacy. Even better that it's not called on. So, on down 5 up, it is a great kickoff for Furia, all about getting it back in round 3. I mean, that is such a critical recovery to not let Falcons just pour it on early on this C side. You know, the Devs did a good job of reminding everybody that the only team to stop Falcons on this map is sitting across the stage from them. And yet Falcons took the battle here. So they waited for that one patiently. Guns in hand for Falcons. The back and forth delays it.
And speaking of whom, Kioske yet to frag so far, so this gun will be very telling. Love this setup. Pants, but not yet missed. Here from Molodoi.
100%. I mean, the amount of Molodoi versus Sailu on battles that we had shootout outers.
And that is how they win, dude.
So he'll be swinging at it all night long. But with him missing, it could apply more pressure to Yakindar. We've already seen him go for this peak with an MP9, so now that he's got an M4, yeah, of course he's going to take a look.
Head-to-head. Him, Kioske coming at each other in secret, it's going to be everything.
Here he goes. Yakindar's pressure inbound. He feels the ball.
It's still worthwhile. He knew what was coming before it started. That's Kioske's 6th death.
And Yakindar has that affinity for the secret stairs, right? Always ready to go into that fight.
He referenced his own intuition and timings, and you know, it's a renegade position. You're going to be there alone. You have to deliver. You're going to have support, you know, flashes over top of secret. You're going to take timings from Molly in front of it. You can fight silo. But you're not actually usually going to have anyone behind you.
There's a world where Falcons save this, but still close enough to take a look.
Yeah, only thing open really, 30 seconds, squeaky timing. Everyone knows it.
Good thing Casey Ron away from that fan. Could have been a Molotov with his name on it, but it is Kickstand ahead of it. And that's going to catch Casey Ron off guard. Just the timing to push. Bum also confirms 2 players out through squeaky door. And they're going to dive downwards instead. Is there anything to stop them? Fallen's already down here up on the rafters. He's going to walk his way through. Modesty jumps over, and that is a critical error from the kid. Fallen leans back. Scramble downstairs with Furia already to hold Falcons back.
Just like Inferno comes down to Banana, it's going to be outside for Nuke and that cross, and if Defender has a single round like that, 2 kills and extra damage, it's obviously going to be over most of the time. Now we'll find out, Falcons push to another level here, how this game plan can evolve, Sonic getting involved.
Players who would love to start shooting back, but obviously headshot angle, you really want that vision. And you can made the absolute most of that small pocket of timing he had. So good on him. Good on Furia to keep Falcons off those bomb plants, right? This T-side economy is just not rolling yet. And we see that in this one. Tech 9s and Eagles in abundance. Oh, it's going to be another group up.
Yeah.
The trophy to hold.
Here on Nuke. Inferno will be far behind in the rear view here. Also for Falcons, as we saw from Eastrans, his worst map is CS2. He's joyous, Furia fan right there. I wonder how that start this is for Kioski on this map in general. With 7 now in Tier 1, yeah. Welcome to Grand Finals.
I mean, we've seen him drop the ball in some Grand Finals.
He was also only okay on Inferno. His kill damage was great. His round swing was negative 5%. He was actually struggling, but at the same time, they ended up crushing, so it didn't matter. Now it will.
He's going to have to shake off some of that weight from Grand Finals of the past. Where Impact has looked just as limited as it is right now, but still, we'll call it early days.
In a way, with a lot of space, with no noise so far.
Utility's going to let Yekindar know, and he's got a teammate to help out. He goes unnoticed. What does he? Texas falls down right into him, and the trick good as the control smoke cuts off support. Fallen, looking into the side, loses his head.
There he is.
Joseph A's first kill of this map comes by way of shutting down Furio's in-game leader. Next up is It is heads popped on this lower bomb site. Falcons do an immaculate job of getting right to the perimeter of that bomb site.
Yeah, there was something there where the rotations were enough in terms of who was lower, but they didn't actually know what was happening in ramp. They didn't know if the ramp would really come towards them, and so they got kind of caught off guard. I mean, you could have just, 1 kill. Shot Modesty, pushing all the exits here.
Don't want Furia feel too good about this one. Players surviving is not allowed.
Execute into ramp. Less about the utility, more about the, going incognito.
Three players down here. You got the control player who gets smoked off and falling pretty quick.
And coming over top of Ekinder like that, I think is particularly difficult. They went control side Ekinder. I feel like can definitely catch them off guard. But I think that was just a little bit too much back quietly on Furia's watch.
They'll try to put it in check. seeing that climb up. Kindar starts relaying the info. There is a threat outer yet again here for Falcons.
When we saw Molodoi versus Zywoo, he was getting in Zywoo's face every round. He was happy to take peeks on Zywoo's terms, still won many of those duels. He's not going to be scared here today. This is the race for best offer starts with them.
Room 7 looking primed yet again. He shows some presence outside, and I think that convinces Furia that it's not just going to be another setup like the last round.
Yeah, look how quiet it is. That ball is going to come out late.
Fallen back at this. Fallen sets up himself for the duel, but not in anticipation of players being that close.
Oh, Kinder's got some trouble.
Yes, sir, and last time he had far more support, so this is going to have to be the Kindar show. First kill clean, goes to the second, confirms the bombs inbound. We are looking at two of the players for Falcons still on half health. Here's Case Dorado taking a look at it. And with the shadow advantage, he knows there's a player there. But he also knows there's far more than just that one.
And now he's worried about, can I even leave in this spot? The retake seems like it's going to be impossible. Okay, there's the backdoor exit.
Yuri already off to the T-spawn. This is it.
Kinder just simply put needed two in that spot. After Fallen dies, he leaves ramp. He leaves a gap there. And right now, Falcons, what they talked about is actually working, coming in quietly this way. They've actually evolved their game plan from simply going outside and working their default support, which they have been doing all tournament, and now just coming into the ramp with almost no utility. It's perfect.
So going through those opening motions, outer.
This is less is more. That's what this is essentially.
I'll say this is also a round where Kindar wasn't playing on secret, which usually would have maybe confirmed.
I like this spot, man. I think the fact that he was backside already when they were coming down ramp, that did catch them off guard, but because he didn't get two and then stay alive a little longer, that just changes the
No, I think more so with him not on secret, that's why maybe Fallen's timing on ramp gets exposed, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just needed to be either smoke or man.
Okay.
They didn't have either. Fallen left a big gap, and that was something. It's not like Falcons haven't gone ramp, so this round's gonna sting a little bit. Because Fallen does just get this incendiary down, but also the way that Falcons moved into it, since it wasn't smoke right in front of them, they have the right to try that.
Incendiary kind of forces their timing, but still, it wasn't just one player who gets cut off, but two ready to go for Falcons.
See it, they even waited in a volley, set their swing. They knew they had a chance.
Followed through with motion. We've got the double lock coming through for Furia here in the 10th round of their CT side. And as this half's gone on, we get consecutive round wins for Falcons. This is a big opportunity for them to change the tide. Again, it is slightly different. We have not really seen a challenge over towards Raj. And Kyosuke, with three smokes here between the two teams thrown, will find a route, and it doesn't look like anybody's considering this just yet. But a player rotating up and down, a chance. Molodoi at least gets that recovery back. I'm going to call it much needed. And an unknowingness as to what exactly is outside, because Kyosuke is over in the garage. But what's on secret? Yet another round where Kindar's opening position leaves that as an unknown entity.
Got to appreciate that Molodoi is trying to multiply his presence here, get the new positions in fill, but at the same time, we might find out it was a little too late. 44 is a fine spot to be for the Falcons, especially still with yard control. One more alert kill and this all goes wrong.
Yuri leaning back, gives himself the difference. Ace the headshot from Nico.
Unbelievable.
And Falcons take man advantage off that double up retake. Do you think so? I don't.
They shoot incredibly hard, man. That's a crazy frag for Kickdown.
There is no margin of error like that right now for Furia, and Falcons slice through that A site.
Maybe even with that kill, they can go for it, having fallen on the op too. But it's not like Molodoi to miss anything.
This is now 3 rounds in a row, an expensive one at that. Double off setup is going to take a chunk of Furia's bank. And it feels like the remnants of this first half are open wide for the taking.
They come back that Furia couldn't manage back on Inferno.
enough to kick off that series yesterday.
That's right.
Falcons are showing us a resilience, an ability to adapt, to break through, and breaking through. They did with this one. 2 instant headshots on Furia and on Quesarado.
It's so hard to judge because from our perspective, it looks like no one's watching a big garage lurk when it was totally possible the whole time. And Molyneux comes in a second too late to get that kill before he Kinder dies. He was coming to watch it, but also it wasn't yet for a long time before that.
Same mistake as falling the 1 round fire over on ramp. And it's Falcons operating in that 2-second window now, not once but twice.
Yes, and so at some point, the first one's lucky, but overall, is it just really good strategy here from the Falcons, so I think they're proving it's the latter.
Starting to feel by design. Still managing to pull off this double up buy. Falcons win this 4th consecutive round. The last round could be one that comes easier with it. And once more, nobody over towards secret stairs. And Kindar wants to play Unbreakable. Fallen is taking the longer road, so it will come. And it will come in the form of an AWP. The Falcons doing that thing where they show a bit of presence and suddenly there's not everybody stacked up behind it. Drawing the attention of 3 players right now, but Fallen is not willing to go for like the actual stairs, right? Wants to sit on these lower angles. Little does he know, there's not actually anything setting up for him just yet.
It's the perfect amount of tension I feel like that Falcons are creating. Furia want to believe that this is going to be an onside take, but there aren't 3 players in the bomb here. Instead, there is a ramp in coming. This stresses everything.
It's going to have to be Molyneux.
That was just so key.
Nico trying to explosively look for an answer, but as he drops off, it's going to get hurt. Now suddenly they're looking for him. He writes off that threat towards the credit card. That's fine. Kyosuke's got the kill. And now Nico can go headhunting on his own. Fury sliding down in hell. Gets one successfully. Molyneux. This is a triple kill from Kyosuke. And then Texas answers back and advances his. And yet again, Falcons find that perfect 2-second timing.
Yes, they do.
The Heavens player trying to just inch his way into the site. The same way Fallen will now have to come through with this retake. They both get off-site. He's got his kid. He would love a smoke to try to get some kind of free cross.
He would love a molly and a smoke over these 2 pieces of utility. 100 HP, this nade's going to do nothing.
They're not going to give him anything.
Oh man, he's thinking about, I need that off for the next round.
Right?
He's actually walking away from it.
The economy was going to be a problem. This is it on Fallen's play. A 4th save on Fallen. Trying to position himself towards what could have been that secret down to beat. It never came his way. Instead, a site hit hard.
Obviously, such a bad sign that Falcons pulled us off. But especially since it felt like so much of the round came down to Molyneux and he put up his end of the bargain. You consider getting caught outside and then so much of the back control going to take it afterwards. Obviously, a lot of this is double entry upper. It's beautiful. It's precise. And it's a recovery for him into this game, starting 0-7. Now up to 6 kills. Molyneux has been looking for opportunity. He took out Modesty last round. But just those 1 tasers is not enough right now. Falcons are outclassing him on multis.
This feels like something's up. And being on his own right now, we see Furia trying to make a move. Trying to catch Modesty within this half. What an entirely flat start he had. And things are suddenly looking real different as map 2 goes on. We could be staring Falcons in the face with a tied game at the end of the first half. And Texas doesn't waste any more time inside of lobby. He's going to leave that to somebody else so that he can get this rolling into Fallen. He's got his hands full with nothing to show for it.
2 more for Kyosuke, and that is the last word of the round.
Call it the last kill of the round 2. Nico walking him in. Molyneux was looking for this kill from Trophy since the start of it all. It's going to be...
forward. Yeah, bomb's gonna get planted. They've got ramp control right now. Very difficult retake to get into. Perfect guy guarding. Ben, how are you going to pull this off? Nico's toenails get shot off, and now he's got to find a long route around, but K-Rod is already entertaining that thought. Feel like everyone else's scoreline is pretty good looking, that's for sure.
Very low utility here for Falcons. Hard-fought battle to get this early CT momentum, but it has remained elusive. This is them letting Furia get 2 strong starts on this map.
Fallen, what's the call?
So they can claw back into it again is yet to be seen. What you're seeing, as little as you hear right now, finally some utility starts to pop out of the hands of Furia. Really nothing behind that whatsoever. Oh! KFC on the cross back to sight. He's got covered, right? Clean kill on K-Serrano, keeps all his health. It's a big pickup from Molidoy in response. Bomb going to the rooftop, made a loud step in the process. And so if you're Kingston, I think you believe that nades are going to start raining in on top of you, and that is the case. But for now, he tries to reposition, just playing this open floor, takes the fight on his terms, pushes it onto the wall in the back of sight instead. Where's the reinforcements? Nico's here, but they dive downstairs.
All the way, quick that one.
Angle's being held on the damage. Just enough to get Molidoy uncomfortably off his first original angle. Not only are we talking man advantage Falcons, but it's good health advantage to boot. And a very separated Furia post plans at the moment. Somebody has to step up. And as Akidar dives back to sight, closes door behind him, they're going to try to charge right through. 3 strong here from Falcons. Nate to the side. Monson with a clutch down.
I think that was for Mini got someone killed. After Molidoy died, he thought, okay, man, this is fit to scale back into the direction, but they had Yakinder ready to make up for it.
They have earned a reward now. Hard-fought momentum for Furia, and Molidoy will take this moment to just kind of build some of his own confidence.
Yeah, they bought him some time now.
Even if it's not going to be needed to close out here on Nuke. Not that I'm going to sit here and write off Falcons.
Yeah, we can't do that, man. This game is too full of surprises already. It's possible to say.
But it was a 6-1 start for Furia back in the first half. It is currently a 4-1 start for them yet again, and looking like that likely 5th. So Falcons are making this map hard on themselves.
They're seeping into every single position. Lots of pressure on the map. It's very subversive. Like, they aren't showing themselves. The CTs aren't moving either. But the longer this goes on, the more scared they'll get. Who is going to crack first?
So, in anticipation of a move like that, you know Falcons are eventually going to take a swing at you.
It looked like they were too separated. Yeah. They were watching things to capitalize on any other pushes. So, the kill that comes from the CT side ends up bringing 3 after Furia, and Kicksand can get away with this F4, but that's all they'll be able to do.
He's going to try to run, but they're on the hunt. Yeah, Fallen knows better. He's not falling for your tricks. A little double door swing and
how far will they send Molidoy to hunt him? Probably not that far, right?
I'd say don't lose the off. Kicksand feels the squeeze coming and he's going to go for it on his own. That is 11 rounds Furia. 2 strong starts in 2 separate halves puts them in a perfect position to just end this.
Yeah, you often don't see like rounds getting scored this this way. A huge start, a huge comeback. I thought that Fury were just going to fall apart here, but they haven't. It stood strong. And on the T side, very nice stuff. I feel like Kinder makes a difference. Right, his 3K holes, when things are about to go south, that would have really ripped the confidence from them. He holds his own. Falcons use their last timeout. It'd be interesting to know about the success after those timeouts. It feels like they've been special this event. Saw its contributions. It feels like they're adding.
I mean, improvement name of the game for Falcons, whether that's Inferno specifically over these recent months, whether it's the pistol round winning success they've got going right now, or the conversions off of the timeouts. You add those three ingredients together, and I think that's why Falcons are sitting pretty in another grand finals. Pointing in the right direction in multiple departments.
Flash. Second one. Kinder. Opening. Outside control, all in the same breath.
Starting to take over this game as well. Just got past that stand through the smoke.
Yeah, we talked about Kyosuke, we talked about Nico outside. Kinder has been doing a fabulous job since joining Furia at the same thing.
Gonna be utility pressure for this. Kyosuke stuck on the wall. Monty wants to help out, and if he can serve up a distraction, that'd be great, but the body's advantage is here for Furia. Although their hesitation, is it free up anybody else? No.
Oh, that's unbelievable impact. And Kicksack can catch this.
And look at the way Furia will just lean back in. Again, but just like they did back in that first half. Mullen going fast move to sight.
He knows that he has a plan. He knows he's got space. His volley will push him out.
And we're so slightly.
Now that kind of miss from Mullen, I can see the pressure.
That triple kill ramp.
Oh, unreal, man. Melted him down so quickly. That's a game changer.
And it's just because Furia were so confident in this kill.
Gonna say it again. This guy started 0-7. Now top right for Falcons. The only way that you can take him out is that full flank from behind from Kinder. And if they had waited one more second, Kinder could have got that kill for nothing. But they thought they just get to trade 1-for-1.
Nico on the brink of losing his mind with that one, but luckily you've got stars to recover. This is what they did in the first half, man. Let Furia stack those rounds, and then shrunk 5 in a row. And there's a lot of movement from Furia and Elder. They lay on it. This is a trying to charge it down. Multiple bodies slow. Nico, last man standing here inside the site.
What a monster you did there. 24-12 on this map. Nothing but impact. This guy was just on train tracks running through this whole site.
Dismantling the Falcons. And so now this Falcons CT side is 2 individual one-off round wins. Although one of them did come by way of pistols, so this limitation in round 21 may not be enough for Furia to end it just yet. There is so much star potential in this server that you gotta keep your eyes glued round by round. But there is no kit, remember that now, just in case those retakes are demanded of the Falcons. Their utility nearly non-existent. Smoke is gonna deny Nico everything. And Yakindar's going to try to be the solution again, but he just tiptoes right into a prepared kickstand.
Another chance from Aldoy missed.
That off is not being all it needs to. When does this sweet beat come out with the Molotov landing on him? He's going to peel away. And still this offer hunts for a victim. In the face of Nico, who's getting further damage. That's fallen now low. And it's going to activate the secret push. 5v3 advantage looks very comfortable here for Falcons.
Oh, he's not going to get spotted. Kioski is looking for where Fallen left to, but Fallen has to keep walking.
Good pressure still. Keosuke sees multiple now. So he can peel away with confidence that the Falcons have just deterred the Furia squad. So where they came, struggling in the spawn. You can chalk up Yakindar's efforts in the last round to a one-off.
Yeah.
That's what Falcons have to do. You got to compartmentalize that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new look from him. He gets the timing. If they win quickly. If he gets inside Mini that early in the round, gets his kill, it doesn't matter what happens outside. They can come back and make that upper hit, get started, or you can face back through the smoke, kind of Nico style, and cause more havoc outside. I think it was just very good of Kickstand to cover that option. But it's because they had a second guy outside.
Oh, he just
Yeah, he's outside. Yeah. His timing slightly off. Yep. Slightly in the wrong place. Definitely off his game a little bit right now. It's not what we're used to seeing.
Oh, while everybody else in the Furia camp is putting forth their numbers. Is it going to buy enough time for them eventually to take the rifle? Nico instant headshot, but it's a great trade from Yakindar.
Yeah, he's getting hot.
Burned real low. That is a weak link now. 10 HP on, no nades. This A site, is it prime for the taking? Furia already have an angle with this case of auto holds. Or so they did.
They don't know about this damage. Kickstand's getting tucked in. He's got a little bait behind him.
At least it's going to be an early warning sign, and if he's lucky, an instant headshot. It's going to happen clean. He'll get hit. Not a second one, too much of an ass. Now he's fire in front of this pack. And Furia may not be able to all follow through just yet, so this delays it. Just enough time for Falcons. He's here in full death. And if they try to push that away, and the last defender not yet on the scene, too. Crucial headshots come out from Furia.
Yeah, Yakindar's having an unbelievable match. Kioski will have to clutch to keep Falcons alive.
They have no clue where he comes in from. No kit. Time of the essence. Starts to walk outside. Hold to the corner. Yakindar still stays cut. Pushes out slowly.
One of the best match we've ever seen from Yakindar. What an impressive one. What an amazing career arc that we're witnessing. So many great stories emerging in this grand finals. And luckily for us, this makes it 1-1.
Trying to grab that trophy with both hands. Yakindar solo show on Nuke. But I think if you're Falcons, you're beating yourself up. 6-1 start for Furia in the first half.